Good day, grade 8s. Today we'll be doing the lesson called Shopping Around, and you'll find that on page 113 to 116. All right, so let's have a look at this and get your pens ready to annotate if you'd like as well. And here we see that by definition, shopping is the process of examining products or services from retailers with the intent of purchasing. All right. So we examine the products before we shop, or when we go and shop, we examine products, we check the quality of it, we check the prices, we check the warranty, and we examine the product before we purchase or with the intent of purchasing. Many think of shopping as a leisure activity. They think of it as an entertainment activity, in addition to its being an economic one. People vary in their choices, and the same applies to shopping. Some prefer window shopping, an activity whereby the consumer browses shops with no intent of buying any product. So that's when you go to the mall, you do window shopping, and you're just looking around. Other people become addicted to shopping, and they do it for the self-satisfaction it brings. People with such an addiction are referred to as shopaholics. But in all cases, shopping is one of those activities that attract people all over the world. What does not go shopping? Who does not go shopping? All people. Men, women, children, and elders go at a certain time shopping for various products. These might range from school bags, furniture, and clothes to household items or even food items. Some enjoy the shopping procedure, while others do it to secure their necessities. So some, it says here, do it for their necessities. They need to because they need food, or they need certain items in the house, or some just do it for enjoyment. In all cases, shopping has its own techniques that help consumers achieve the best results. Okay, so if we look over here as well, it says when people go shopping, they usually go to large commercial zones that are most of the times located in main cities. Shopping hubs or shopping centers include malls, bazaars, town squares, and flea markets. So here it tells us what a flea market is. A flea market is also called a swap meet. This is a type of market where second-hand items or inexpensive goods are either sold or bartered. Bartered means exchanged or swapped. Such exchanges can sometimes take place indoors, in gymnasiums or warehouses. At some other times, they take place outdoors in tents or fields. So the important information is here. What does a flea market comprise of? Okay, swapping goods, where can it take place, and what gets sold, second-hand items or inexpensive goods. And then we have what is called a bazaar. On the other hand, is a permanent marketplace or street of shops where goods and services are exchanged or sold. Right, we're going to go to the next page. And then we also have a town square. It's an open public space which is located in the heart of a traditional city. In many cases, town squares are places convenient enough to hold music concerts, open markets, and political rallies. Every town square is usually surrounded by small shops, stores, and bakeries. So this is quite self-explanatory, okay? If you go through it, it's information that you can learn and you can become familiar with. And the shopping mall is usually one or more buildings that consist of a complex of shops with interconnected walkways, okay? Such as Lulu's or some of the malls that we get in Riyadh. Then we have another heading called food shopping. When consumers shop for food, they will find all sorts of tempting products available in the supermarket. What are some of the tips consumers should keep in mind when purchasing their stuff? And here we also have a food checklist, okay, right? Most supermarkets have their weekly newspaper. Read that ahead of time and check the best buys, okay? Products or items that will suit your pocket, okay? And I would like you to go through these pointers as well, okay? So never go to the supermarket without your shopping list, okay, or reading the paper. Think about each product before adding it to your cart and check that its price is convenient. Check the nutritional value of the product. Check the production and expiry dates of the products, very important, that one. And compare prices to previously purchased items. Buy large sizes since they save more. Make sure that no extra items are added in the checkout line by mistake. Avoid visiting the supermarket on a daily basis by preparing a weekly plan worth of meals, and being hungry when at the supermarket will tempt you to buy more products. So avoid going there when feeling hungry. Okay, so these are life skills that will help you when you are shopping around. And then lastly, we see here that people around the world buy clothes in great amounts every year. Some prefer choosing specific brand names, while others choose to buy a few durable pieces of clothes that might last them for a year or season to come. One of the basic elements consumers usually depend on when buying clothes is comparison shopping. The concept does not only reflect the idea of buying clothes with the best prices, but it also includes style and durability of the item. Durability means how long can it last. The durability of the product is usually determined by different factors. You always think about how long the item will last and for how long will you need to use it. Once you keep that in mind, you can go to comparing prices. Imagine you want to buy a pair of boots. If you are living in a very cold country like Canada, you will need to search for a durable pair that will last for the long winter. But if you are living in a country like Lebanon, where winter is just seasonal, you might buy a less durable item that will last during the short winter season only. So these are some of the things that one needs to consider when shopping around, especially for clothing. Style is another concern that people keep in mind when buying clothes. When people go for the choice of low-cost clothes, style might not be attained. Simply, the person has to give up style for a low price. To avoid such a compromise, some people go for the alternative of value shopping. They wait for the seasonal sales and buy more clothes for affordable prices. This helps in budgeting clothing allowance, especially since consumers nowadays have decreased the percentage of money set aside from one's income to clothes. Still, people should always keep in mind that preparing a list of the needed clothes will make them avoid being tempted to buy more items. Be wise in limiting your purchases to your required necessities and don't get tempted by your wants. Okay? Your needs, your necessities should be your priority, should be the most important. And then we look at the reason behind this lesson. It's to give us knowledge on purchasing, and I hope that you will use this knowledge when doing your shopping around. And then let's have a look at the activity. What is the difference between a flea market and a shopping mall? Number two, name two of the tips consumers should have in mind when shopping at the supermarket. Number three, how can a consumer manage between being stylish and spending reasonable amounts of money on his clothes? And number four, what does the durability of a product refer to? Right, so you would need to go back to these pages to complete that activity. Right, that brings us to the end of this session, grade 8s, and I wish you luck coming up for your exams. Thank you.